fan quits, we'll get this ball game underway. Here we go. It's underway. The tip is controlled in the backcourt to the Owensville Dutchmen. Curtis Mims with the ball. Hands it off to Nathan Dykes. Dykes crosses the timeline, top of the key, guarded by Boyce. Left-hand side to Mims. Looks back out on top, gets it to Mayberry. Mayberry top of the key, left side now to Leach. Leach on top to Dykes. Dykes little fake down the lane, 10-foot runner rolls in.
Big shot for Nathan Dykes. We've seen him start the last couple of games in that same manner.
Nice up the floor pass, Kyle Boyce to Ryan Richardson. It's blocked out of bounds. The Indians have it underneath their bucket.
That's something the Indians have added to their repertoire this year. They like to push it up after a made basket. They'd like to try to beat you back down the floor.
Luster inbounds to Richardson, to Boyce, back to Luster. His first three of the night, off the rim, no good. Reams control.
Good look, though, by Luster. He'll knock that shot down.
Out to Dykes. Dykes in the lane once again, kicks it out to Mayberry. Mayberry looks underneath, gets it to Reams. Reams turnaround jumper, good. It's 4-0 Owensville.
A little too much up, Jeff, on the strong side, and Reams turned opposite and got the easy look.
Boyce for the Indians has his dribble top of the key, right side to Ray. Ray kicks it to Richardson. He'll try the 16-footer good.
Richardson's a big kid. He likes to shoot from the outside.
Nathan Dykes gets the inbound pass. Fixes up the front court right-hand side. He'll dribble top of the key, now goes down the lane. Loses it, stolen by Ray. Ronnie Ray brings it coast to coast, off the glass, good. We're tied at 4.
Ronnie Ray may be the best athlete on the floor.
Ty Mayberry has his dribble, guarded by Luster, is into the front court. Top of the key, Mayberry. Left-hand side to Mims. Mims comes right side to Leach, baseline to Dykes. Dykes looks underneath the Reams, nothing doing, kicks it out on top to Mayberry. Mayberry with the ball high above his head, looks for some movement underneath, bounce pass into Reams. Anthony turns, can't get his shot off over Richardson, kicks it back out to Mayberry. Ty Mayberry dribbles once, goes left-hand side, top of the key to Dykes. Dykes on the right side on the dribble. Lob down underneath to Reams. Reams up strong, no good. Rebound Richardson.
Owensville trying to go inside. They feel they have some mismatches inside.
Boyce down for the Pacific Indians. Right-hand side to Ray. Back out on top to Hurst. Stolen by Anthony Reams. Reams brings it down. Two-handed dunk. Timeout, John Van Leer. No timeout. Just a second.
No, John Van Leer was signaling that it should have been a technical for hanging on the rim, but that's a good no call. That is not a technical in that situation. He had the defender right on his heel. When the defender is in the vicinity, you can't hang on.
The official thought he wanted a timeout, and he said, no, I was just telling you what call to make. Boyce back into the front court for the Indians. 6-4 Dutchman on top, 5.5 to go in his first quarter.
Nice to see Reams get that.
Left elbow, Hurst kicks it out to Luster. Luster back to Ray. Ray's on the left baseline. Out on top to Luster, right side to Hurst. His three-pointer right side. Back of the rim, no good. Mayberry rebound. Ty Mayberry pushes it up quickly in the front court, right side to Dykes. Dykes will control his dribble, brings it back out on top to Mayberry. Mayberry's guarded by Hurst, or Luster, goes left-hand side to Mims. Curtis Mims beyond the arc, left side. Baseline to Leach. Leach down the baseline, offensive foul. Matt Leach, position, Ryan Richardson.
Leach a bit out of control on that baseline. Jeff, one thing you can't do against Pacific is pick up your dribble. You pick up your dribble, you're going to get double teamed.
Moody and Crammy check in. Mims and Mayberry take a seat. Under 5 to go in the first. 6-4 Dutchman lead. Boyce has it. He'll bring it down, guarded by Jimmy Moody. Top of the key, Boyce goes left-hand side now to Luster. Luster drives baseline off the glass, good. We're tied in 6s.
3 different Indians have scored here in the early going.
Moody will walk it down. Matt Luster picks him up top of the key. Moody has his dribble, looks right-hand side, gets it baseline to Crammy. Matt Crammy kicks it out on top to Dykes. Dykes way out beyond the arc, goes left side to Moody. Moody fakes the three, puts up the left elbow, jumper good.
Nice little curl move by Jimmy Moody.
Moody picks up the hold on Kyle Boyce.
Good call by the official. Moody hanging on to the jersey just a bit. Jeff, the next time Owensville has the ball, let's see if they look inside. Well, now they're taking Anthony Reams out. Reams guarded by Richardson. Richardson at 6'1", Reams about 6'3". A size advantage, and Reams can also leap right out of the building.
8-6. Dutchmen on top. 4 minutes to play in this first quarter. Kyle Boyce goes left-hand side to Ryan Richardson. Right side to Hurst. Back left to Luster. To Ray at the right elbow. Underneath to Richardson. Through his hands. He has to save it back inbounds to Hurst. Hurst kicks it out to Richardson. Brings it top of the key to Luster. Left side, Ronnie Ray. His three. Good.
Ronnie Ray now with 5 points. Ray averages 6 points a ball game.
9-8 Pacific with the first lead of the game for the Indians. Moody into the front court. He's guarded by Luster. Takes it down the lane. Nice bounce pass to Hempelman. Stolen by Boyce, who helped out on the weak side. Boyce top of the key to Ray. Ray down the lane. Kicks the baseline to Hurst. Back to Boyce. His three. Back of the rim. No good. Dykes controls. Nathan pushes it up to Moody right side. Jimmy looks baseline. Dribbles back out. Hands it off to Crammy, knocked out of bounds by Ray. Owensville with control down in front of us.
You know, again, excellent defensive coverage by the Pacific Indians. Moody dribbled down into the corner, and the Indians saw that coming. They sealed him off.
Brent Raver checks in the ball game for Pacific, as does Tim Molinex. Dykes comes top to Moody, guarded by Molinex. Moody starts his dribble, backs out between the circles, comes right-hand side to Crammy. Crammy underneath to Hempelman. Hempelman to glass, good.
Hempelman using that strength to seal the defender after making the nice catch.
10-9 Dutchmen, 2:45 to play in the first quarter. Boyce walks it down slowly, goes right inside to Hurst. Left side to Raver. He'll go right elbow to Ronnie Ray, throws up the 15-footer, no good. Rebound Leach. Leach will bring it down himself, ahead to Hempelman. Nice look by Matt Leach, up and in.
Matt Leach at 6'4", leading the break up the floor. How about that? The big guy could see over the defense.
Boyce, left side beyond the arc. Bounce pass down to Raver. Goes out of bounds. Turnover back to Owensville.
You know, I think it's critical the Pacific maintains a good start. They've lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games. The psyche might be a little fragile.
2:18 to play in this first. A 12-9 Dutchman lead. Inbound pass finally into Hempelman. Full court pressure was applied by the Indians. Leach will bring it down. Stolen by Ray. Leach tried to force a baseline. Ronnie Ray, nice anticipation, picks it off.
Couple of steals in the early going for Ronnie Ray.
Hands it off to Boyce. Boyce, bounce pass down underneath to Hurst. Hurst knocked out of bounds. They're going to say out of bounds to a Dutchman. He thought he was pushed. The official says, nope, ball to Owensville.
Both coaches going to their bench early in Austin in this ball game. Very emotional game. Has a tendency to really drain you.
Husserow checks in for Pacific. Reams back in for the Dutchman. Crammy looks down the court, finds Moody. Moody up strong against Rowan. That's good. Foul, shoot on.
Folks, I'm telling you, the Dutchmen have come to play here tonight, and they're beating the Indians at their own game. They beat them down the floor now for 3 field goals.
At the line with 1, trying for the old-fashioned three-point play, Jimmy Moody. It's a 14-9 Dutchman lead. It's up. It's good. 1:55 to go in this first quarter. Owensville's now opened up a 6-point advantage.
This might be Owensville's best first quarter of the season.
Inside to Ray. He is fouled by Crammy. Ball out of bounds to Pacific underneath their basket.
You know, that pass Crammy made to Moody had to be one of those passes if you're Coach Jett when you go, no, 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 hey, great pass.
Yeah, that's right. Now in for Pacific is Mark Hartzell. Probably 2 of the deeper teams you'll see all year. Molinex, inbound pass to Raver. His jumper baseline's good. Dykes against Hartzell's into the front court. Calls the offense. Dribbles down the lane. Gets it to Reams, left elbow. His jumper, front of the rim, no good. Rebound. Hartzell loses it to Crammy. Crammy up and in.
A lot of active hands in there. Batted that ball away. John Van Leer wanted a foul.
On top, it is Mark Hartzell. Left-hand side it goes to Husserow. Gets in the middle to Reber. It's blocked by Hempelman. Loose. Getting it back as Husserow puts it up and in. Now the full court pass down to Hempelman. He loses it out of bounds, but saves it back into Dykes. Dykes top of the key for the Dutchman. Down the lane, right elbow. Now the right baseline. Moody's jumper's good.
Jimmy Moody freed up, got the feet set, and splashed it home.
19-13, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hartzell on top for the Indians. Right baseline, it goes to Ray. Ray's jumper, good. Now Reams tried to throw the full court pass, and he stepped over the inline, out of bounds, back to the Indians. 28 seconds to go in the quarter, a 19-15 Dutchman lead.
You know, you don't want to fall in love with that baseball pass. Don't want to go to the well too often. Coach John Van Leer making some substitutions. Not happy at all with his team's defensive transition. They've gotten beat back a couple of times.
Luster to inbound. Kicks it way out on top to Boyce. We'll see if Pacific holds for the final shot of the quarter. Left side to Luster. Luster in the lane on the run. So much for that theory. No good. It's blocked, but getting the rebound up and in. It's Tim Husserow. Mayberry with the inbound pass from Crammy. Ty crosses the timeline, guarded by Molinex. Down to 7 seconds in the quarter. Mayberry goes right side to Menz. 3 seconds. Menz has it knocked out of bounds by Boyce. The Dutchman will have it with 2 seconds to go in the quarter.
Again, you can't pick your dribble up against the Pacific Indians. They swarm, they get out and deny the passing lane. 2 seconds, plenty of time for the Dutchman to get off a shot.
Menz into Mayberry, throws up the desperation of the buzzer, no good. At the end of one quarter, Owensville leads Pacific 19-17.
Now's the time to get a good deal on a great tire from Joe's Tire.
Well, I'm not so sure. They like to push it at times, but they got to get back a little better defensively in transition. They will like to push the ball, though, up offensively when it is there. They're not going to just go running wild. But, you know, as we were taking a little breather there during that break, I'll tell you what, this very well could be your district championship teams right here, the finale. Two teams that match up so evenly.
They are going at it. Pacific has at the start of the second quarter. Kyle Boyce will bring it to the front court. Left side to Luster. Luster baseline against Dykes. Kicks it out to Husserow. Top of the key to Richardson. Back to Luster. Luster right side to Molinex. His three-pointers on the way. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Boyce kicks it out to Luster. Luster down the lane, loses it, but there's Richardson. Picks it up, no good. Tipped up, no good. Moody controls. Moody comes right side to Dykes. He's into the front court quickly. Dykes on the run down the lane off the glass. Offensive foul against Nathan Dykes.
Beautiful job by Richardson. He was the first Indian down the floor. You get back, you defend the bucket first, then you find your man. Then he stepped over, took the charge when he saw Dykes driving the lane.
Boyce down for Pacific. Moody will pick him up as he crosses half court. Left side to Richardson. Nice back cut by Molinex for the easy layup. We're tied at 19. Dykes for the Dutchman has the top of the key with the left-hand dribble. Picks up his dribble, guarded by Boyce, gets it to Leach. Leach beyond the arc, left-hand side, baseline to Moody. Moody's picked up by Molinex in the lane, little head and shoulder fake. Jumpers on the way, no good. Rebound Luster. Luster pushes it ahead to Boyce. He'll get it right baseline. Waits for some help, gets it to Richardson. Richardson down the lane, foul. On the push, will go against Moody. That's 2.
And that'll be 5 fouls on Owensville. But, Jeff, I like the way the officials are calling this ballgame. They're letting the kids play inside for the most part. They've called a couple of hand check fouls, which is what they're supposed to be doing this year. But by and large, they are letting these two very talented teams go at it inside.
Inbound pass to Richardson. Back inside to Luster. He spins, blocked out of bounds by Crammy.
John Van Leer wanted a foul there.
Matt Luster will trigger for the Indians underneath their bucket. Gets it way out on top to Molinex. Right side to Luster, wide open, look at the three, back of the rim, no good, rebound Leach. He kicks it ahead to Dykes. Dykes down 2-on-1 to Crammy. Crammy thought about the dunk, then thought about laying it up and got too far underneath the bucket and missed it. But then knocked out of bounds. Owensville has it.
That was indecisiveness on Crammy's part. wonderful leaper, but he hadn't made up his mind if he was going to stop it or not.
Crammy to inbound for Owensville. Gets it into Leach. Leach back to Dykes. Dykes is on top for Owensville. Kicks it back left side to Moody. Moody will dribble between the two circles. Looks right-hand side now, back left to Dykes. Dykes in the lane on the run to the elbow. Kicks it out to Reams as he's cut off. Reams starts his dribble. Looks for some movement. Gets it back left-hand side to Dykes.
Not a whole lot of movement right now out of Owensville. They may be a little fatigued.
Moody goes left side to Reams. Reams, hounded by Richardson, throws it over to Crammy. Crammy down to Leach's jumper, good.
Leach gets rewarded for some hard work on the defensive end.
21-19, Dutchmen on top, 5:40 to go in this first half. Richardson, a three-pointer left side. Hits the rim, no good. Leach controls.
The bodies are tangled up, no call by the official.
Moody on the dribble down the lane, loses it, and it's stolen by Luster. Luster pushes it ahead to Mullinex. That'll be a foul on Moody, and that's 3. He'll take a seat for the rest of this half.
Yeah, he's walking to the bench. That's a huge call right there. 16 fouls now on the Dutchmen, only 1 on Pacific.
Ty Mayberry replaces Jimmy Moody with 5:23 to go in the half. Luster to inbound for Pacific. Gets it into Hurst. He'll put up the 3. Hits the back of the rim. No good. Reams controls. Looks ahead. Finds Leach. Leach on the front court. Off the glass. No good, but he's fouled and will shoot 2.
That time Leach turning the tables. He got out and ran the floor. We've seen him throwing the baseball pass to his teammates down the floor. And on the Cramey missed dunk, that whole play was set up by a beautiful outlet feed off a defensive rebound by Matt Leach.
Leach at the line with the pair. It's only the second team foul against Pacific in this half. First free throw's no good. 5:16 to play in the half. 21-19 Dutchman lead.
Leach is 62% foul shooter. I believe this kid will be a first-team Four Rivers Conference selection for his rebounding efforts.
Got the second. 3-point Owensville lead. Boyce crosses the timeline for the Pacific Indians. He's at the top of the key. Goes right-hand side to Raver. Back on top it goes to Luster. Luster in the lane, kicks out to Mullinex. Mullinex, right side baseline, blocked by Crammy and fouled by Crammy.
Crammy got away with it once, but not twice. Crammy can get up with the best of them, but when you block a shot from behind or reach over somebody's head, more often than not, you're going to get the old foul call.
2 on Crammy. At the line shooting a pair, Tim Mullinex.
You know, Jeff, I really get the sense Cramey is just now starting to find his rhythm, and if he does, watch out. Same with Nathan Dykes.
First one's good. 22-20 ball game.
Mullinex shooting the free throw. This year, a 65% foul shooter.
Next one, got it. 1-point ball game. 4:55 to play here in this half. Leach has it guarded by Mullinex. Gets it back to Dykes. They're still in the backcourt. Back to Leach. Into the front court, left side to Reams. Reams thought about the jumper, now throws it away, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Mullinex. Owensville has it.
You know, with a kid like Mullinex and with Luster and Hurst out there, the Indians aren't real tall, but they have kids with extremely long arms. Same for Kyle Boyce. They're all in that 5'11" to 6'2" range.
Mayberry to inbound for Owensville. Has to get it in. Finally does to Dykes. He is fouled by Boyce. Oh, she's going to be out of bounds off of Boyce's head.
Both coaches up working the sidelines. John Van Leer and Pete Jett, two guys that are good friends.
Mayberry once again will inbound way out on top to Reams. Gets it back to Mayberry. He runs the offense. Calls play number 3. Dribbles left-hand side. Gets it to Dykes. Dykes guarded by Boyce. Comes back top of the key. Now back left-hand side. Gets it underneath to Reams. Reams will dribble. Turns to the lane. Puts up the jumper. Foul before the shot's going to go against Brent Raver. Ball out of bounds.
Yeah, now that'll be the third team foul on Pacific. 7 on the Dutchmen. I think the officials might start tightening it up just a bit. There are some vicious picks being set down in the paint.
Mayberry once again to inbound. Way out on top to Crammy. He'll wait, and Mayberry comes out, takes the ball, runs the offense. Dribbles this time, comes right inside to Dykes. On top to Leach. Leach guarded by Hurst, goes back left to Mayberry. Mayberry looks underneath, he'll come right side, skips it over to Matt Leach. Leach to the free throw line, picks up his dribble. Gets it to Reams. Reams will spin off the glass, good.
That was just sheer athleticism on that move.
Boys, top of the key for the Pacific Indians. Left side to Luster. 24-21 your score. Hurst in the lane. Nice head and shoulder fake. Blocked by Leach. Down to Dykes. Loose on the floor. He'll kick it out to Crammy. Back to Dykes. 3:30 to go in the half. A three-point Dutchman lead. Nathan Dykes has it between the two circles. Right side to Leach. Matt Leach dribbles out, gets it back right baseline to Crammy. Crammy has it poke free, controlled by Boyce. Boyce brings it down for the Indians. Left-hand baseline it goes to Raver, to Luster, to Ray. Back to Luster, top of the key, inside to Hurst. Hurst to the free throw line. Gets around Reams, goes up strong. Reams blocks it. Out of bounds to Pacific.
John Van Leer wanted another foul. Tell you what, I'm not so sure I don't agree with him. When was the last time we've seen so many marginal blocks not be called fouls?
Underneath, it's Matt Luster taking it out for the Indians. Curtis Menz checks in.
Good defense, though, all night here by the Dutchman.
Ronnie Ray kicks it out on top to Boyce. Boyce will dribble right-hand side, guarded by Mayberry. Gets it back to Luster. He's guarded by Hempelman. Matt Luster calls the play, runs the offense. Has his dribble, takes it to the elbow, takes it down the lane, picks up the dribble, kicks it out to Kyle Boyce. Boyce with the ball high above his head. Now comes top of the key to Luster. Luster to Husserow. His jumper elbow no good. Ronnie Ray got the rebound, stolen by Mayberry, and then knocked free, and we're going to have a foul on Curtis Menz, I believe.
That'll be the 8th team foul on the Dutchman.
Ronnie Ray will step the line with a 1 and bonus.
So you up the scoring in the second quarter has slowed considerably. It was 19-17 in the first quarter. And it's a 5-4 run so far by Owensville here in the second quarter.
First one by Ray is good.
Ronnie Ray, 8 points in the ball game, averages 6. An outstanding football and baseball player, too.
Back of the rim, no good. Hempelman controls. Kicks it out to Dykes. He's into the front court, right-hand side baseline to Mayberry. Mayberry inside to Hempelman. Hempelman up strong, good.
Hempelman with 6.
Boyce for the Indians. Bounce pass into Richardson. He is fouled by Hempelman. Or excuse me, that's Husserow. Is fouled by Hempelman, and Husserow shoots.
You know, the Indians are a big, strong, physical ball club, but, you know, I think they've met their match tonight with Owensville. The Dutchmen are a very strong club, especially down on the baseline. Leach, Reams, Hempelman, Menz, all those kids can move you around if need be.
First one by Husserow is good. Gets the bonus.
Two very well-coached teams here tonight. Husserow, a 47% foul shooter.
Got them both. 2-point ball game, 26-24, 2:05 to go in the half. Leach will bring it into the front court for the Dutchman. Left side to Menz. Menz one dribble, good. Getting beat back against that press. Boyce, right-hand side to Luster. Luster out to Hurst. Hurst goes right side to Luster. On top to Ray. Ray down the lane, kicks it out left baseline to Hurst. In the middle, it'll go to Husserow. Little half hook, no good. Leach controls. Matt Leach crosses the timeline left side, hands it off to Mayberry. 1:25 to play in the half.
Nice to have a kid that can rebound like Leach and then bring it up against pressure.
Mayberry comes right side to Menz. Menz picks up his dribble, gets it back to Dykes. Dykes in the lane, bounce pass to Hempelman, up strong, no good. Leach rebound off the glass, good. 30-24, 1 minute to go in this first half. Dutchmen on top, Indians with the ball. Boyce has it top of the key, left side to Luster. Luster goes left baseline around Dykes. Falls down, puts up a shot, good.
Got away with the travel, too.
Dykes quickly gets it ahead, now it's to Hempelman. Hempelman crosses the timeline, back to Dykes. Nathan backs it out. They may hold for the last shot. 35 seconds to go in the half.
I think it's too long to hold that against Pacific man-to-man.
Left side to Menz, back right to Mayberry. Down to 25 seconds. The count started. Mayberry gets rid of it. Loose on the floor. Backcourt violation against the Dutchmen.
Jeff, that 35 seconds, especially with Moody not in the ballgame, is a long time to ask any team to hold that basketball. Pacific, one of the best half-court man-to-man defensive teams we've seen in many, many years.
We've seen it time and time again. The team not be able to hold the ball that long. Boyce has it on top. Final 12 seconds, and they will hold for the last shot. Boyce is not being pressured out on top. Down to 7 seconds. They put the offense in motion. Boyce kicks it back to Luster. His three, no good. Missed everything. Hempelman controls his frustration. The buzzer, nothing doing. At the end of one half, Owensville's on top of Pacific, 30-26. I'll look at some halftime scoring.
All right, first of all, for the Owensville Dutchmen, Nathan Dykes, 2 points. Matt Cramey, 2 points. Leach with 5. Hempelman with 6. Reams with 6. Menz with 2.
The teams are taking their final instructions. It'll be interesting to see how Coach John Van Leer has made some adjustments here in the second half against Owensville pushing it up the court. And in the same sense, we'll see what Coach Jett has adjusted for his Owensville Dutchmen. I think the key is going to be Jimmy Moody not picking up a quick fourth foul. And Matt Cramey not getting into any more foul trouble.
They're done. Wasn't there a song once about the marching band refused to yield?
Moody has it in the backcourt, crosses the timeline. The second half is underway. Jimmy Moody goes left-hand side to Cramey. Cramey in the middle of the Leach. Leach little 10-foot jumper off the rim. No good. Hempelman, strong rebound. No good, but he is fouled and shoots a pair.
Dutchman only got to the foul line 3 times in the first half. Hempelman towing it up at the foul line, averages 9 points, is a 63% foul shooter.
His first one's on the way. Good. Looking down the floor at Ronnie Ray, of course, as you said earlier, also plays football and baseball, but his future is in baseball. Many in this area believe he'll be drafted right out of high school. Next one by Hempelman is good. Boyce back down for the Pacific Indians. 32-26, 6-point Dutchman lead. Bounce pass inside to Ray. Ray throw half hook over Cramey, no good. Hurst a big rebound up and in.
Lee Hurst now with 4 points, averages 10.
Moody down for the Dutchman, left side to Cramey. Cramey back out on top to Moody, right side to Dykes, back to Moody. Moody left side to Cramey, baseline. He'll skip it over to Dykes. Dykes three-pointer right side, no good. Rebound, top 4, Luster controls. Kicks it out to Boyce.
Indians showing a different look, coming out with a 2-3.
Right side to Ray, on to Richardson. Richardson kicks it out to Luster. Luster yells out some instructions, starts his dribble, goes left side to Hurst. Hurst gets it back to Richardson. Richardson's guarded by Hempelman, back to Ray. His jumper left-hand side, rolls around, no good. Rebound though, Hurst. Up strong, good.
Well, you know what, Jeff? I think you can settle for letting Pacific shoot the 3, but you can't give them second and third shot opportunities underneath.
Dykes, left side to Cramey. It's a 2-point ball game. Dutchman on top. He'll skip it over to Moody. Moody drives right baseline, knocked free and out of bounds off Hempelman. Richardson went around behind Moody, smacked it free right off of Hempelman. I think he smacked Moody in the mouth also. Jimmy looking at his lip a little bit.
When you talk about help defense, that's what we mean. You step over and help a teammate out.
Right side, Hurst gets it back to Richardson. His 17-foot jumper's no good. Dykes controls. Nathan pushes it up quickly, right-hand side. Picked up by Boyce, comes left side to Moody. On around it goes to Crammy. Excuse me, Crammy gets it out right elbow to Dykes. Nice look to Leach. Leach can't get a shot off. Back to Moody to Crammy. His jumper baseline, good.
Crammy with 4 points, nearly an unstoppable shot. That deep on the baseline for a kid that can jump like him.
34-30, right side to Hurst. Hurst in the middle to Luster. Luster over the top of Moody, it's good. Man, back and forth we go.
You know Luster's going to get hot sooner or later. Average is 14. That's only his second field goal in the ballgame.
Dykes right side to Moody. Back out on top to Dykes to Moody. His three-pointer right inside, good!
Jimmy now with 10 points. He shot that one from about the third row in the bleachers.
Boyce, top of the key, comes back right side to Luster. 5-point Dutchman lead underneath to Hurst. Hurst spins off the glass, good, and all of a sudden Lee Hurst has showed up.
A tremendous athlete, a big, strong kid, really got in the weight room in the offseason.
Crammy left inside for the Dutchman. Bounce pass underneath to Hempelman. His little jumper's no good. Rebound pop for Leach controls. Good.
Everybody was attacking the basket. Nobody blocking out, and Leach gets the putback.
39-34 in the middle to Hurst. He'll back it in strong. His shot's blocked, controlled by Crammy. Ahead, he'll get it to Moody. Moody beyond the arc, left inside in the middle to Leach. Leach at the elbow, kicks it out on top to Crammy. Crammy comes back right side, now top of the key to Dykes. Dykes to the elbow, kicks it out to Moody. Moody looks underneath, kicks it back to Dykes, right side to Crammy beyond the arc. He'll skip it the middle to Leach. Nice move, Matt Leach up and in.
Beautiful pass and a nice cut to the bucket by Leach.
How do you get so wide open in the middle against the zone? I don't know, but Matt Leach did. He was getting some defensive instructions across to his young ball club.
Jeff, when you attack the zone, if you can use the dribble, use it. Otherwise, you got to use it with good, crisp ball movement, and that's exactly what the Dutchmen are doing. They're carving that zone up. I'm a little surprised with Moody and Dykes both in the ball game that Pacific has elected to go to a 2-3 zone.
I don't know what his reasoning is, but he has done it so far. Ahead, Ray gets a baseline to Richardson, back to Ray. In the middle to Hurst, he'll kick a baseline to Richardson. Goes up strong over Crammy. No good, but Crammy gets the personal. Richardson shoots 2, and that's 3 on Matt Crammy.
So Crammy with 3, Moody with 3, so a bit of foul trouble for the Dutchmen. Team fouls even up 1 apiece here in the second half.
Ryan Richardson at the line shooting 2. First one's good.
Ryan Richardson is a kid who has had some big games, some clutch games in big games this year.
His next one's up and on the way. Good. 41-36, 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Dutchman on top. Moody has the ball. Crosses the timeline. On the dribble, right side. Still has the dribble way out right. Now gets a baseline to Crammy. Takes one dribble, gets it back to Leach. Back to a man-to-man defense by the Indians. Dykes has it. Calls out some instructions. Goes right-hand baseline. Double teamed, but he gets it back out to Crammy. Crammy puts up the baseline jumper. Good. Big shot by Matt Crammy.
Yeah, not the best shot in the world, but Crammy has the ability to knock that one down.
Richardson underneath to Hurst. Hurst up strong. Crammy just picked up his 4th personal. And that's what Pacific was trying to do, was go right back inside against Matt Crammy, and they got it done, and he picks up number 4.
And the official saying something to John Van Leer. Van Leer was more upset, the Pacific coach, than the Owensville coaches. And the official asked him to please sit down.
First one by Hurst. No good. Reams checks in. Crammy takes a seat. 3:20 to go in the third. He's got 4. You probably won't see him again until 4 or 5 minutes to play in this ballgame.
a 60% foul shooter. Nice job by the Indians, though, to take that ball right at Cramey and force him to draw that foul.
Second one's good. It's a 6-point Dutchman lead with 3:19 to go in the third.
That's where having all that depth on the bench comes to the forefront.
Dykes into the front court for Owensville. Gets it out on top to Reams. Reams hands it off to Dykes. Dykes down the lane on the run. Bounce pass stolen by Boyce. Boyce back quickly the other way. Knocked free by Reams, but right to Hurst. Top of the key three-pointer. Luster rolls around and in.
Luster with 7. You don't want him to get hot. He is a streak shooter.
43-40. Morty takes it down the lane, gets it to Hempelman. He is hammered by Hurst. It will be Dutchman ball under their basket.
Beautiful play by Nathan Dykes. Drove in, drew the defender, made the great diagonal dish pass to Hempelman, who was fouled before the shot.
Molinex and Husserow check in. Hurst and Ray sit down. Way out on top to Dykes. Dykes is guarded by Boyce. Down the lane on the run. Kicks it Moody. Baseline jumper right side. Good.
Jimmy Moody hit the shot, but give Nathan Dykes credit for getting him open.
Back to a 5-point Dutchman lead. Boyce to the free throw line. Kicks it left side to Luster. Bounce pass into Richardson. Kicks it on top to Molinex. Back to Richardson. In the middle it goes to Husserow. Up against Leach. No good. Rebound. Pop for Husserow is going to pick up the over-the-back foul.
And Coach John Van Leer is putting in Mark Hartzell right now, 6-foot junior guard, with the sole purpose of guarding Jimmy Moody. I was watching Coach Van Leer down there stalking the sideline. He took out his senior point guard, Kyle Boyce.
Not real happy with him at this moment.
Can't get beat on the defensive end.
Dykes, left side to Moody, baseline. Drives in the lane, kicks it to Reams. Reams goes up strong, no good. Rebound, pop 4, controlled by Hartzell. Hartzell back the other way for the Pacific Indians. In the middle to Richardson. He'll kick it out to Luster. Luster, top of the key, 3, good.
I saw Luster once score 24 points in a quarter. You cannot leave him open if he gets hot.
2-point ball game at 1:25 to go in the third. Foul by Husserow. Dutchmen have it underneath their bucket. A holding foul against Tim Husserow.
Lead cut to 2, 45-43. Dutchmen on top, 1:26 to go, third quarter. Everything we thought.
Reams will inbound for Owensville. Gets it to Leach, 15-foot free throw line. No good. Big rebound, Anthony Reams, and he's going to be fouled underneath, I believe, by Richardson.
Reams came in the ballgame when Cramey had to sit down with his 4th foul. You don't lose anything athletically when Reams replaces Cramey, but you do lose all that experience.
That's the first one on Richardson. Once again, Reams to inbound. Gets it into Dykes, right baseline. He goes instantly inside to Hempelman. Turnaround jumper's good.
Hempelman in double figures now with 10.
Luster back down to Hartzell. Hartzell goes left side to Richardson, back to Luster. Luster baseline to Husserow. Gets it back to Luster. Thought about the 3, takes it down, jumper off the glass, no good. Big strong rebound, Husserow, good.
Husserow with 8.
Dykes back the other way for the Dutchman. Baseline to Jimmy Moody. Moody a couple of dribbles. Top of the key to Leach. Leach guarded by Husserow. Will turn, now goes back left side down the lane. Baseline jumper, Moody. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Richardson. Owensville keeps control underneath their basket.
Well, how long will the Indians keep Kyle Boyce on the bench?
Blankenship checks in for the first time. Menz comes in the ball game. Hempelman and Reams takes a seat. 33 seconds to go in this third. Menz gets it into Blankenship. Blankenship jumper, no good. Rebound, Menz off the board. Good, foul, shoots 1.
How many times have we talked this year about the value of a guy like Curtis Menz? He comes off the bench, plays so doggone hard, never hurts you on either end of the floor.
He's at the line trying for the three-point play, wanting to get a lead back to 5 for the Dutchmen.
He cleaned up what may have been an ill-advised shot.
No good in the...
Nope. Maybe they shouldn't be able to check in. That was an ill-advised whistle, or a buzzer.
And Ray's trying to check in also. Neither one of them really should be allowed in the game.
Yeah, they should have to wait. But
well, they're going to let them in now. I guess since there's a player from each side, nobody really gains an advantage, so...
Yeah, you're still supposed to wait, though, on an ill-advised. That's a correctable mistake.
Inbounding the ball will be Brent Raver. Gets it in finally to Ray. Pushes it ahead to Husserow. Nice catch by Husserow. Kicks the left side now beyond the arc to Luster. They'll back it out, hold for the last shot. 49-45, Dutchmen on top. Down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Luster in the lane. Bounce pass down to Husserow. Poked out of bounds by Menz. Pacific will have it underneath their bucket.
Good reaction by Menz to get his hand down and deflect that ball out of bounds.
Luster will trigger. Well, take that back. Now Raver comes to take it in out of bounds.
7 seconds, a lot of time.
Gets it into Luster. Lob back inside to Raver. He loses it. Got to shoot the ball. Gets it to Ray. And the buzzer, no good at the end of 3. Dutchmen on top, 49-45.
And they understand that he is a great teacher of the game.
Ray inbounds to Hartzell. Hartzell's into the front court. On the dribbles, guarded by Mayberry. Gets it off to Luster. Luster's top of the key. Carried the ball. Turnover goes to Owensville. John Van Leer pleads his case, but it will fall on deaf ears. Leach to inbound for Owensville. Gets it to Moody. Moody across the timeline for Owensville. Takes a three-pointer left inside front of the rim. No good. Rebound Raver. Gets it to Hartzell. Hartzell on the dribble right side. In the lane on the run. Kicks it out to Ray. Ray comes back right side to Raver. To Luster. Luster left side to Ray. Back to Luster. Goes back to Ray. Ray the left elbow. His jumper's good.
Ronnie Ray in double figures now with 10. Pulls the Indians to within 2.
Moody down for Owensville. Boyce and Richardson getting ready to check back in for Pacific. Knocked free by Husserow. Chased down though by Leach. Leach on the dribble, goes top of the key. Right hand side to Moody. Moody calls the play, runs the offense. Has his dribble between the two circles. Left side will go to Leach. Leach gets it to Mayberry. Ty Mayberry looks inside to Hempelman. Hempelman kicks it to Moody. Underneath to Menz. Menz good.
Beautiful feed by Moody. Menz got the defender sealed and laid it up and in.
6:20 to go in this game. It's now a 4-point Dutchman lead. Luster beyond the arc, left-hand side. Gets a baseline to Husserow. Out to Ray. A no call. It could have been number 4 on Moody. Right side Luster. His 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound down to Mayberry. Out ahead to Hempelman. Hempelman against Ray. Ray hammers Hempelman. He'll shoot 2.
Good foul by Ronnie Ray. You don't want to give him anything easy, but an excellent outlet by Mayberry to set that play up. Hempelman getting up slowly. Ray fouled him pretty hard. You don't want to see somebody get hurt. You're taught, though, to go hard for the basketball and make them go to the line and shoot the free throws. And Hempelman tonight is a perfect 2 of 2.
He jinxed him.
2 of 3.
Just under 6 to go in this ball game. A 4-point Owensville lead. Adam Hempelman on the line with 1 more. Dykes back in. Moody sits. Boyce checks back in, as does Richardson for Pacific. Now Reams will come in for Hempelman as Hempelman converts on the other free throw. Back to a 5-point Dutchman lead.
This is a game that these kids could long remember for the rest of their lives. Outstanding matchup here tonight.
Boyce, right side to Husserl. Back left-hand side to Richardson. Richardson gets it to Luster. His 17-footer, good. 3-point ball game. Dykes into the front court for the Dutchmen. Nathan's guarded by Boyce way out on top. Dribbles back right elbow, kicks it to Reams. Reams, nice move in the lane, good.
Anthony Reams now with 8.
Boyce down for Pacific. Baseline, it will swing to Husserl. Bounce pass, kicked by Leach. Indians will have it underneath their bucket.
And if you watch closely as Moody checks back in for Mayberry, both coaches are now getting their lineup set for the stretch run here. Lee Hurst checking back in the game now for Pacific.
Hempelman for the Dutchman. Inbounding it will be Luster. Gets it into Hurst. Hurst back to Boyce. His three-pointer left side rolls around, no good. Rebound knocked out to Moody. Moody into the front court for Owensville. Dutchman with the ball in the 5-point lead, under 5 to go in the game. Moody's guarded by Luster way on top. Comes left-hand side, gets it to Menz, back to Dykes. Boyce picks up Nathan Dykes. Dykes will take it down the lane on the run, 10-footer, good.
Big shot, that's a big-time shot right there. Dykes, the crossover to free himself up, hangs in the air, shoots it over 2 defenders.
Top of the key, it's Boyce. Boyce goes left-hand side to Luster. Top to Hurst. Hurst back to Boyce. To Richardson. Travel. Good call. Traveling will be called against the Pacific Indians. John Van Leer wants a timeout. 4:18 to play in this game. Owensville on top. 56-49.
You've all heard the saying, nothing is free. Let Fidelity Network show you otherwise. If you can receive Fidelity Cablevision, you can now also receive free installation for high-speed internet access via cable modems. You heard right, free installation, a savings of $50. Imagine high-speed internet access with no busy signals, no disconnections, no additional phone lines, and no dial-up service. Get the speed you need. Call Fidelity at 468-8081. Sign up today to save $50. 468-8081.
4:18 to play in this ball game. A 56-49 Dutchman lead. They have the ball.
Now the minute's going to start getting crucial for the Indians.
Menz to inbound. Gets it into, well, tried to get it in Moody. Knocked free by Ray. Out of bounds. Owensville with it once again.
Full court, man-to-man.
Menz looks to get it in. Finally does to Hempelman. Hempelman, bounce pass back to Menz, right side to Dykes. Dykes into the front court for the Dutchman, comes between the two circles on his dribble. Still has the dribble, goes left side, out on top to Moody. Moody inside to Reams. Reams will turn up, no good. Rebound, Hempelman up strong, good. Down the other way quickly, Boyce fouled by Dykes. Count the bucket. Oh, unbelievable. Count the bucket. He'll shoot one.
Well, I'll tell you what. Both teams better watch some of their gestures towards the officials. A couple of the Owensville kids kind of turned when they counted that. Wow, you don't see that too often.
You don't see that very often at all. 58-49 or 58-51 ball game. Free throw by Boyce, good. 58-52, less than 4 to play.
How about this? The first points for Boyce tonight.
Moody will take it back the other way for Owensville. Guarded way out on top by Luster. Jimmy Moody has the top of the key. Goes back right-hand side, now picks up the dribble. Gets it to Dykes, and Owensville calls a timeout before the 5-second call. 3:31 to play in this game. Dutchmen on top, 58-52.
Know what gives me a warm feeling all over? A great deal. Right now, people at Amana have a great rebate offer that's beyond warm. It's simmering hot. Listen to this. Buy one qualifying Amana appliance and get a great rebate. If you buy 2 or more, the rebates get better and the deal gets hotter. In fact, through February 25th, you can get up to $500 cash back from Amana. I can warm up to that.
Beatty Appliance Center, downtown Owensville.
3:31 to play in this ball game. A 6-point Dutchman lead. They have the ball in front of the scorer's table. Leach will inbound. Skips it way over right-hand side to Moody. Moody comes back out on top between the two circles, has his dribble. He's guarded by Matt Luster. Down the lane on the run, dishes it off, stolen by Ray. Ahead to Boyce. Boyce gets it down the court to Luster. Luster gets it into Richardson. Richardson up strong off the board, no good. Gets his own rebound, blocked by Hempelman. Saved back inbounds by Dykes to Leach.
What a series right there.
Back to Moody. Moody down right baseline. He is fouled by Richardson. He'll be going to the line to shoot the one and bonus.
John Van Leer wanted a foul on the other end. Not going to get it.
Both these coaches have worked the officials hard tonight. Moody at the line with the one and bonus. Nobody picks up Boyce. He's at the other end of the court. He makes the free throw. Now Leach and Dykes both head that way, and Dykes will go back down.
Moody now with 13 points, shooting 68% from the foul line.
Crammy checks in with his 4 personals for the final 3 minutes. Moody gets them both, and it's back to an 8-point Dutchman lead.
Yep, crunch time. 4-possession game.
Boyce kicks it left side to Richardson. His jumper baseline's good.
Richardson with 6.
Leach ahead to Crammy. Crammy's in the front court. Baseline goes underneath to Hempelman. Hempelman turns, throws up the air ball, but there's Leach with a big rebound. Out to Moody. Left side to Leach. Leach fouled by Richardson. Matt Leach goes the line to shoot the one and bonus.
Yeah, and now the Indians have to be careful because one more foul and the Dutchmen are shooting the double bonus.
Matt Leach will step to the line with a 1-and-1. 2.5 to play in this ball game. A 60-54 Dutchman lead. First one by Leach is up on the way. Good. Seven points, Owensville Dutchman lead.
Leach now with 10 points.
Owensville calls a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 2:30 to play in this ball game. A 62-54 8-point lead for the Owensville Dutchmen. A 3-possession ball game. It will be interesting to see what happens the rest of this way.
Well, the Dutchmen 7 of 8 from the foul line in the second half. And the Indians are 4 of 5. So that's, again, a mark of 2 very, very good basketball teams stepping up to the foul line and knocking down the shots here in crunch time. 62-54. I think that timeout, Jeff, the timeout we're in right now, more than anything, is just an opportunity to give both clubs a breather. You know, you do have deep benches, but this has just been an emotion, adrenaline-packed game since the opening tip. That's that championship feel to it.
Lee Hurst will inbound for the Indians. Gets it into Boyce. Full court pressure now applied by Owensville. Boyce picks up his dribble. Knocked free by Dykes to Crammy. Crammy at the free throw line. Knocked free by Richardson. Hempelman goes over Hurst back, picks up the personal.
And Jeff, one of the first signs you see when teams start getting tired are flat-footed passes. And we saw both teams do that right there.
First to inbound for Pacific. Gets it into Boyce. He's fouled by Hempelman.
Hempelman didn't like the call, but I think that's a foul that you got to call.
Curtis Menz will check in. Hempelman takes a seat. That's 3 on Hempelman, 2:18 to play in this game.
Full court pressure here by the Dutchmen.
Ray gets the inbound pass, brings it down on the dribble, back to Hurst. Hurst still in the backcourt, picks up his dribble, kicks it left side to Luster. Luster in the middle to Hurst, he'll kick it out to Ray. Ray goes left side to Luster, a wide open look at the three, no good, rebound Dykes.
All right, now you can slow it down and chew up a little clock.
Moody loses it, picked up by Luster. Luster will bring it down 1-on-2, foul by Moody, way out on top.
Little hand check call, but Jeff, that whole series there goes back to the other end. Probably would have liked to see the Dutchman, you didn't have to race it right up the floor. Jimmy picks up the foul, that's his fourth. You need him on the floor.
1:48 to play in this ballgame, an 8-point Owensville lead. Pacific with the ball on the far side. It comes inbounds to Boyce. Boyce is guarded by Dykes, right side to Ray. Ray, baseline drive off the glass, good. Inbound to Moody. He is hammered by Richardson and no call. Gets it to Leach, back to Moody. He'll call a timeout.
Smart play by Jimmy Moody. He looks to the official and says, hey, I was fouled.
He was absolutely hammered by Ryan Richardson way out here just down in front of us. The ball popped free. Matt Leach was able to pick it up, got it back to Moody, and Moody saw that they were probably going to get a 10-second call, called the timeout. 1:30 to play in this ball game, a 62-56 Dutchman lead. It is more than crunch time right now for the Pacific Indians.
Yep. 2-possession game, 1:30 to play. Both coaches right now, as we have a cheer going up for something, I'm not sure what.
Well, Pacific had a little young lady come out and do a backflip, so Owensville had a young lady come out and do a backflip. The little kids are even having cheerleading wars now, so.
Very good. The official has a smile on his face, so everybody's happy.
The officials are happy, we're all happy.
John Van Leer, I saw him down in the huddle that time, Jeff, telling his players, if you get in trouble with the basketball, call a timeout. Every possession valuable.
Crammy inbounds to Menz. Menz fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot because we should be we are in the double bonus now. Either Richardson or Boyce picks up the foul. Richardson picks up the foul. His fourth.
I'm also sure in that last timeout they were setting up who had fouls to give, who does not have fouls, who do you want to foul, who do you want to stay away from.
Menz is at the line with 2. Curtis's first is on the way. Good.
Well, I was just going to say there's a reason why they fouled Curtis Menz, a 36% foul shooter, 8 of 22 coming in. Curtis tonight, 7 huge points.
Second one. Good. Menz knocks them both down. Huge bucket for Owensville. 64-56, 1:26 to play. Take care of the basketball, make your free throws. Dutchman, you should go out of here with a win. Left side to Boyce. Boyce double team, knocked free. Richardson picks it up, knocked free again, and the foul is going to be on Nathan Dykes.
Good, excellent swarming defense here late on the perimeter by the Dutchmen, really confusing the Indians, but they're having trouble coming down and getting set up in their pattern half-court set.
Ryan Richardson will be at the line shooting a 1 in bonus.
Richardson, 6 points tonight.
First one's good, gets the bonus. 1:15 to play, 64-57. Trying to make it a 6-point, 2-possession ball game. He does. Molinex checks in. Richardson takes a seat.
A loss for the Indians would all but eliminate them from the conference race and put the Dutchmen in the driver's seat.
Crammy into Hempelman. Hempelman double team, gets it back to Crammy. Ahead to Leach. Leach wisely slows it down, kicks it back to Dykes. Dykes is fouled by Boyce. Nathan Dykes goes to the line to shoot a pair with 1:03 to play.
Another good piece of coaching by Pete Jett, keeping the basketball in the hands Dykes, Moody, Leach, all good foul shooters.
Now Coach Jett using this time for the free throws to talk to his other 4 players. First free throw by Dykes is good.
The Dutchmen just aren't missing from the free throw line.
Nathan has one more.
The Dutchmen, Jeff, are 10 of 11 from the foul line in the second half.
Free throws don't win all ball games, but they do win the close ones, and that's what we got tonight. Misses the second, controlled by Hurst. Out to Boyce. Boyce pushes it left side. Ray, his three-pointer. No good. Rebound top 4. Pacific will get it out of bounds.
I think if the Indians lose this game, John Van Leer looked back at that tape, saw a lot of threes that just swirled in and out tonight for the Indians. They need to hit the 3 because they're not so big inside.
Richardson gets the inbound pass. He thinks about the 3, drives down the lane, left uncontested, misses. Then Boyce gets it. He is fouled by Crammy. Crammy will take a seat.
Crammy sits down with 6 points. Matzo, Jeff, in that third quarter hit 2 huge fadeaway baseline jump shots.
47 seconds to play in this ballgame. 65-58, Dutchman lead at the line. Shooting the 1 in bonus will be Kyle Boyce. Reams will replace Crammy. Now Mullinex checks back in for Richardson.
Tell you what, the Dutchmen, after a bit of a rugged start to the season against that tough schedule, they are playing very, very solid basketball right now.
First one by Boyce. On the way. Good. Has one more.
4 points tonight for Boyce. He averages 9 points. So they've held him in check.
Gets the ball from the official for his second free throw. It's on the way. No good. Rebound Reams. Reams is hammered by Mullinex. That's why Mullinex is in the ballgame. He has fouls to give, and Richardson doesn't.
Reams, 8 points tonight. He'll go to the line for the first time. You know, Leach, Reams, Hempelman, Moody, Dykes, Cramey, maybe. I mean, you go right down the line. Everybody tonight for the Dutchmen stepped up and had a good game.
First free throw by Reams, no good. And looks over at Coach Jett, and Coach Jett's telling him what was wrong with his motion.
You want this one, it'll make it a 3-possession game.
Good. 66-59, final 45 seconds of this ball game.
Good solid defense, just don't foul.
Boyce kicks it out to Luster. Luster goes right side to Ray. Back to Hurst. Hurst baseline, throws it up on the run, and he is fouled by Hempelman.
That was an in the vicinity foul. You know, when you sit in the stands and you question a call, one thing you have to remember, sometimes the worst place to be to watch a game is down on floor level.
That's true. 32 seconds to play out. The line with 2. It's Lee Hurst. Are they going to say 1 in bonus? Nope, they're giving him 2. He missed the first, so he has 1 more.
Big lead, 9 points. Only 1 of 3 from the foul line.
Second one's on the way. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Dykes controls. Double dribble, or foul. Yeah, they got a foul immediately, and Dykes will walk the other way to shoot the 2.
Well, that second miss by Hurst really hurts because that keeps it a 3-possession game.
Someone's fouled out. Mullinex is fouled out. He'll sit down.
Well, you know, the Dutchmen, if they hang on and win, in the driver's seat for the Four Rivers Conference title. And you got to wonder if the seed of doubt planted now in the mind of the Pacific Indians. They will have lost now, I guess, 3 of the last 4? They won Friday night. They lost a week ago tonight to Francis House Central, and they lost...
they won the third place game.
Okay.
Yours by Dykes is good, so... Dykes has 1 more.
The Indians were just simply rolling, though, through December and January.
Yeah. He got them both. That should seal the deal, folks. There's 29 seconds to play in this ball game. It's a 9-point Dutchman lead. Mayberry and men's will check in.
The Dutchmen still getting out and denying full court pressure.
Runs some time off the clock. Luster throws up the three, kind of off balance. Does not go. Leach with a huge rebound out to Dykes. He's fouled immediately by Luster, and that will do it. All we're waiting on now is the final score. We've got 19 seconds to play. 68-59. Owensville up by 9 points. Nathan Dykes will go to the line to shoot 2.
The Dutchmen will go to 4-0 in the conference. New Haven tonight at Sullivan, so you figure that New Haven goes to 5-1. Pacific will drop to 4-2. Then you had St. Clair, Herman, and Union all 2-2, along with Washington.
Washington's at St. Clair tonight.
Yeah.
Union at Herman. There's 2 good ball games. St. James at Cuba. Dykes got the first 10-point lead, make it 11. 70-59, and John Van Leer just turned and looked at the bench. He knows that it's now officially history. Nathan Blankenship and Corey Prater checks in, as does Wesley Lindbergh. Lindbergh's been hurt a lot this year, but he's a senior, and he's going to get a little bit of playing time here in this all-important ball game. Inbound pass comes to Boyce. Brings it down the court. They'll let him go all the way to the bucket. He misses the layup, and now he fouls men's with 13 seconds to go in the game.
Well, coming into this game, I thought that Kyle Boyce, along with Chris Cardetti of St. James, the 2 premier guards in the Four Rivers Conference this season. But you got to give credit to Moody, Mayberry, Dykes, and company. They did a nice job tonight of shutting down Boyce, keeping him in check, especially on the defensive end.
Now, what do we got? The official's going to go over and have a chat with the official scorers table. We got somebody that's checked in the ball game that's not in the book. Who's it going to be? Possibly Lindbergh. We'll see what it is. And Coach Jett kind of shook his head. He knew that he was in the wrong.
A lot of times, if that is indeed the case, a lot of times what happens is a manager or somebody will fill out the book for the coach. But,
well, I think what happened, Wesley hadn't played in so long. He's been injured for most of the season, but it's senior night, and I Coach Jett just looked down the bench and said, let's get you in the ball game, and had yet to put him in the book. So they're going to let men shoot his free throws, then they'll go the other way, shoot a technical, and give Pacific the ball.
I wonder if and why the officials didn't catch that when they checked the book to start the game out.
Men's knocked down his 2 free throws. Now we'll see who's going to shoot for the Indians. An illegal substitution technical is what this is technically called. At the line will be John O'Malley, who just checked in late in this game. First action of the night for O'Malley.
Usually it's an incorrect number recorded in the book.
First free throw's no good. Gets one more. Then the Indians will have control.
Tell you what, the Indians will be heard from again.
Oh, yeah. 72-59 is your score. 13 seconds to play. The Dutchmen stay undefeated in the Four Rivers. 72-60. O'Malley got the second free throw. Now Reams comes in. Lindbergh takes the seat. Boyce, right side to Ray. His three-pointer is good. That will be your final, 72-63. The Owensville Dutchmen knocked off the Pacific Indians in a hard-fought Four Rivers Conference game. Congratulations to the Dutchmen. They now sit squarely in the driver's seat of the FRC. So we still got 2 weeks of high school basketball action to play. We'll be back with totals and possibly a chat with the coaches after this final break. Pete Jett made his way up here quite quickly to join us tonight. Of course, after a big victory like that, Coach, you don't have a lot to say to the kids other than good job.
No, I told him, I said, I'm going to go talk to the radio. You guys go ahead and celebrate and have fun. And, of course, they was asking for practice off tomorrow. I said, no, can't do that. Too late in the season, too important of a time. But I said, guys, enjoy. That was a great ball game. They played hard and consistent the whole game. And, of course, Pacific did, too. first half, and they was in the passing lanes. We couldn't hardly make a pass. Everyone we caught was challenged, and they did a great job. That was a good basketball game.
It was a tough game for both teams, but we knew coming into the season, Coach, we had this one circled on the schedule. You guys did too. You take nothing away from the rest of the Four Rivers Conference. New Haven's tough, Herman's tough. We know that, but we knew this was a big ball game as far as the conference goes.
Sure did. I mean, I told the guys before the game, I guarantee you, Coach Van Leer, because I know how intense he is, his kids are going to come out here with so much emotion, so fired up, because they need this one. They need it bad as far as conference goes. So we knew it was, and they did. They came out, and luckily we did a good job and executed. We snuck out tonight, but we know it could have just easily been the other way, a couple more threes.
Of course, we like to apply a little bit of pressure to you. Now you're undefeated in the conference. You're squarely in the driver's seat. New Haven has one loss, that in the hands of the Dutchmen. Pacific now with 2 losses in the conference. Coming into the season, Coach, I didn't think there's any way no one would run the table in the conference. You guys have that chance. And I know you're going to say, boy, there's a lot of season left to play, but you have that chance.
Yeah, the opportunity's there. And I said the same thing for the season. And Coach Van Leer, myself, and Coach Donegan, a bunch of us talked about it. We sit around so much, but we knew somebody could possibly tie and win with 2. Real good possibility. And, of course, we're going to Herman Friday, and they're 14-5. I mean, outstanding team. Mike Sheard, those kids we always struggle with them, no matter which kind of team we got or what kind of team they got. And up there, it makes it a little bit harder again, always going to somebody else's building. And we got Washington with B.J. Bay in the middle. He's going to give us fits inside, where he blocks shots, and Bruni does a good job. I think we got Washington Tuesday, and I'm a big fan of Greg Donegan. I think he's an excellent coach. Really like what he does. So that's going to be a battle. And then we come right back to St. James, and we barely beat by 2 already. So we know what kind of game that's going to be. And then we got Sullivan to close the season. I just hope we can get the people who are listening on the radio, I hope we can get some fans to come out, whether it's our fans or the other town. It's great whether it's our fans or the other town to pack the gyms. And I hope when we go to Herman, I hope it's full house. I hope it's 50-50, if whatever. But like tonight, Pacific brought a good crowd. They brought a pep club bus. We've talked about when I played in the 70s, you had a pep club bus.
Absolutely.
Man, I wish high school basketball could go back to that, where you brought 2 buses game, one with the team on it, and one with a group of students, and they all sat together and they cheered and yelled like crazy, and you got all the town out. But the more you win, the more that happens, more people will follow you. So hopefully we can get some Owensville Dutchmen fans up to Herman.
Well, your kids came out tonight, and this was senior night. And Moody picks up 3 there in the first half, but Ty Mayberry stepped in and did a super job for you. Now, not necessarily offensively, but Ty he comes in, runs the ball club, handles the ball very effectively, plays great defense for you. And you get several kids like that, a Curtis Menz, who comes off the bench most of the time, who does so many role things that doesn't get mentioned a whole lot on the radio. But yet without those guys, you wouldn't be able to be where you're at.
We've got a great bench helping us. And you and I even talked before the game when you asked me who was starting. I told you 5 seniors. And I said, but that's fine. We won't miss a beat. I said, those 3 guys that are starting tonight that haven't been starting. They all had some starts throughout the year, but I knew they could step in and do the job with Moody and Crammy and Hempelman on the bench. I felt very comfortable with that. I mean, you can't always do that. You can't always start all your seniors and feel comfortable, and I did. I was real pleased with them guys, and they all contributed a lot. If Ty does a great job feeding the post, he probably feeds the post better than any of our other guards.
Well, you go to Herman Friday night. That will be another war.
Yeah, they've already knocked New Haven off. They beat Warrenton 3 times.
Yep.
So I know it's going to be a challenge. And they've got good inside players, and they shoot the 3 well. Block and Traub is going to give us problems. I know they went over Sullivan the other night. I don't know how it came out, but they shot 33 free throws to Sullivan 0. So hopefully that won't happen to us, but you always hope it's at least even.
You hope it's at least even. That you do. All right, Coach, thanks for coming up. We won't be with you Friday night, but we will be next week, I guess, when you travel to, or when Sullivan comes up here to close out the season, and, of course, then we start district.
Yes, sir. It's going to be exciting.
It will be fun. That's Coach Pete Joe, the Owensville Dutchman. Ron will take his headset back, and we will get some look at some final scoring. I don't know if Coach Van Leer is going to make his way up yet or not. Yeah, here comes John Van Leer. He'll stop down there first. How about some final scoring here, Mr. Milheiser?
Can we go home then?
I don't know.
Moody with 14 points. A solid effort tonight by the Dutchman. 14 for Moody, 9 for Dykes, 6 for Cramey, 11 for Leach, 13 for Hempelman, 9 for Reams. Who else? Men's had 10. Who do you stop?
Yeah.
Night in, night out. I mean, they're so deep. But maybe the most impressive stat of the night for Owensville, 17 of 20 from the foul line in the second half, 19 of 23 in the ball game. That's what good ball clubs do. The other big number in this ball game, Owensville now 4-0 in the conference, and Pacific drops to 4-2. So the Indians all but eliminated in the Four Rivers Conference race.
All righty, Coach Van Leer has been trapped elsewhere, so we're going to call it quits for the night. Ron will be on the air Friday night from St. James when the Sullivan Eagles travel. I'll be back with you next Monday night when we travel with the Bourbon Warhawks. For Ron Milheiser, I'm Jeff Bent. We'll see you later on KQI.